Let's read some scripture together. So we're going to 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 12 through 19. And the subtitle is Christian Suffering. So verse 12 starts, "Dear friends, don't be surprised when fiery ordeal comes among you to test you, as if something unusual were happening to you. Instead, rejoice as you share in the sufferings of Christ, so that you may also rejoice with great joy when his glory is revealed. If you are ridiculed for the name of Christ, you are blessed because the Spirit of glory of God rests on you. Let none of you suffer as a murderer, a thief, an evildoer, or a meddler, something like that. If anyone suffers as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God in having that name. For the time has come for judgment to begin with God's household, and if it begins with us, what will the outcome be for those who disobey the gospel of God? And if a righteous person is saved with difficulty, what will become of the ungodly? What will become of the ungodly and the sinner? So then, let those who suffer according to God's will entrust themselves to a faithful Creator while doing what is good." So there is a lot of meat in this text. I'm gonna try to break it down as best as I can. So the essence, and something that I put in my threads a while back, is that there is no suffering that a believer, a modern day Christian, will go through in vain. Like, there's no suffering that a Christian or a modern day believer will go through in vain at all. And it's something that we shouldn't be surprised. So when we're always surprised that we're facing a trial, or we're going through a testing or a tribulation, or we're being prudent and motive, we should not be confused or frightened or scared or caught off guard. The Bible always tells us to rejoice in these times, and many times it's the hardest thing to do when you feel terrible and you are going through it, baby. It's so hard for us in our humanity because we're making it about us instead of making it about Jesus, which is the essence of what he's trying to remind us of. It's like, rejoice because we're sharing the sufferings of Christ, not because we're suffering. Nobody wants to be rejoiceful that they're suffering, but because Christ did it and because of what Christ did for us, let us rejoice. And mind you, it says that a righteous person is saved with difficulty. Think about Jacob wrestling with that angel. Think about Mary having to tell her and fiance that she finna have a baby named Jesus, and they ain't did nothing. They not even married. Think about John the Baptist, who was prescribed so many things that he could not do that most people could do because of the calling that was on his life. The things we go through as Christians is recognized as being difficult. And the suffering faced while doing good has to be entrusted by our faithful Creator.